Chris, what is our third main topic today?
This is from Olive. Hi, John. I just finished watching the newest episode of Winning Time, and I just loved it. I love this whole show, as a matter of fact. The acting, the story, the style of it. I don't even know anything about basketball, and I've never even heard of anyone in the show other than Magic. But when I try to talk to my friends about it, none of them are watching it. Please tell me why they should be tuning in for Winning Time.
All right, thanks a lot for sending that in. Yeah, Winning Time was an interesting project when it was coming out. First, I still think it's an odd title. Winning Time.
It's not a good title.
No, I don't know why they didn't go with Showtime, which is what the Lakers were kind of called, but there is a network called Showtime, so maybe they couldn't for that. But still, Winning Time was an odd choice. And of course, it will go down in history as the project that ended the relationship between Adam McKay and Will Ferrell. Because for those of you who may have missed out on that story, Will Ferrell believed he was going to be playing the role of Dr. Buss. This was going to be his show. And Adam McKay decided to go with John C. Reilly instead. And I think, if I remember the story right, Will Ferrell found that out through the trades and not from Adam McKay himself. So, and it's one of the things that ended a long, successful relationship there. So you got this coming out. It's okay. Guys, this might be the best show on TV right now. This show, which takes a load of creative liberties. But I remember when the first episode started and all the fourth wall breaking was happening, and they did it very stylized with old VHS almost quality sometimes. I remember the first 5 minutes, I was thinking, I don't know if I dig this, but it quickly grew on me. Like when you started to get a feel for what the tone was that Adam McKay was going for, you quickly got into it and you quickly realized, dear God, heaven put John C. Reilly on this earth to play Dr. Jerry Buss.
Yes, he did.
He was made for this movie and for this show, I should say. And then they bring in this dude playing Magic. And I just looked at him and was like, are you sure they didn't go back in time and got a young Irvin Johnson to come in and play this? And then the dude playing Kareem is so good. Kareem is actually like one of my favorite characters on television right now. But even better than him is Jason Clarke playing Jerry West. He's, again, one of my favorite characters on TV. And then you got Buss, who's one of my favorite characters on TV. And the way they go through the drama of everything, I'm learning things I never knew about Lakers history. And here's the interesting thing. You don't need to know a thing about sports to watch this show.
No.
Now, I'm lucky. I'm watching the show with somebody who grew up as a diehard Lakers fan with Ann. She's got a picture she loves. She's got a photo of her and Kobe Bryant together. But so she grew up massive fan of the Lakers. So did Ray. Mm-hmm. And so she knows a lot about, even she's going, I did not know that. And I did not know that. And I didn't know that. And the way they set it all up is totally fascinating. This show is hilarious. The pacing of it is fantastic. The characters are remarkable. And everybody is multidimensional. Magic Johnson does not get portrayed as the golden child. I mean, he's certainly a great guy in the show, but he has his demons. I mean, Dr. Buss himself, who's the main character of the show, shown with his flaws as a management guy, as a man, as a ex-husband, as a father, like all that kind of stuff. Kareem, they show Kareem struggling with some. Jerry West has some of the best scenes in television history in this thing. It's just unbelievable. Guys, I'm just telling you right now, if you were holding back from watching Winning Time because you don't watch basketball, whatever, don't worry about it. This is not meant for basketball fans, exclusive, whatever. Watch Winning Time. I think, all due respect to Better Call Saul and everything like that, I think now that a couple of significant shows are off the air, I think this is the best thing on TV right now. Ray, I know, like, you grew up a big Lakers fan, and you've been watching Winning Time. What do you think about the show so far, and why should people watch it?
I actually am addicted to the show. I watched a new episode this morning while I was doing the morning work. I like the style. I like the only thing that takes me away from the show is, they throw in a couple of like this, the lovemaking nudity stuff there where I think
they got the gratuitous stuff.
They bring the filthy in this show.
They bring the filthy.
Magic Johnson has a great montage
for the most part, I forward through that because I'm like really deep with the story of whatever the episode is saying.
You sure are.
So I forward through that part, and I can't. This last episode was great. This was probably my favorite episode because it went into the Boston rivalry with the Lakers.
The Boston stuff was so good.
And I want the transformation of Pat Riley. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. First of all, to that point, every week you are shocked by who's guest starring in this show. Whether it's Jason Segel popping up, whether it's Adrian Brody pops in as Pat Riley. Michael Chiklis as the Boston owner.
His transformation is equivalent to when you see Superman rip open the shirt. No, seriously, that as a Laker fan, that's a big deal to me. This Pat Riley that we're seeing right now is not the Pat Riley we know. And all the Laker fans out there know what I'm talking about. But we're going to get this new Pat Riley eventually, and they better make that scene awesome.
Well, they've been hinting at it through the show already. They've been hinting at it without giving anything away. They've been hinting at it. But like, there was a terrific scene in the shower with Adrian Brody and Jason Segel with a roar, this show is so good. The acting is Emmy level. The writing is Emmy level. I mean, I'm just loving the show so much. Guys, we want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. You know, the one with the delightful ads with good Canadian kid Ryan Reynolds. So look, after years of fine print contracts and getting ripped off by big wireless providers, if we've learned anything, it's that there's always a catch. So when I first heard that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless starting at just $15 a month, I thought, what's the catch? But after talking to them and using their service, it all made sense. There isn't a catch. And guys, that's no joke, because for years I've been using one of the major providers and it was fine. But I switched over to Mint Mobile a little while ago. The service has been fantastic. And the big difference is I'm now paying about 1/3 of what I was paying before. And the best part for anybody who just hates their phone bills is that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for just $15 a month. All of their plans come with unlimited talk and text, plus high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and keep your same phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. Now, Rob, I know you didn't have a chance to catch the newest episode. You haven't seen the latest one yet, but you have been up to date otherwise. What do you think about the show and why should people be watching it?
Well, first of all, I'm not the biggest sports guy in the world, but I have always loved movies about sports. I don't know why that is. There's something about the built-in, the idea that you have to strive for excellence. You know, I remember my dad took me to see a movie called North Dallas 40 that starred Mac Davis and Nick Nolte. And it was, about a football team and how banged up in the lives of the players. I could watch Oliver Stone's Any Given Sunday, Slapshot, Bull Durham, you name it. I'll watch any movie about sports. This show, John, I love Adam McKay's The Big Short. I love
such a good movie.
I could watch The Big Short and also The Social Network. Those two movies are, I don't know why, I watch those movies incessantly. I didn't so much like Vice, and I was really disappointed by Up in the Air. So I approached this show like, I don't know, man. This show is peak Adam McKay. It's everything I loved about The Big Short brought to this historical. When I moved to LA in '88, the Lakers won that year, and the entire city was gripped with Lakers fever. Every car had Lakers flags. I mean, we lost the Supersonics. I'm from Seattle. We won the championship in '78, '79, but I came to understand that the city of Los Angeles and the LA Lakers have a singular relationship. And I've never lived in Boston, so maybe the Celtics and Boston, or the Celtics and Boston do too. This show, John, from a filmmaking perspective, like you said, an acting perspective, a pure entertainment perspective, this show is delicious to watch. It is just, you watch this show and it feels like, pick your favorite meal. Whatever the thing is you like to eat most, that's what watching this show is like. I was hooked. Like you, I was like, I don't know about the VHS stuff in the beginning. After the first episode was over, I'm like, where's the next episode? But it didn't drop. Actually, I think they put the first two up and I watched them. But this show is so good on so many levels. And like you said, if you don't know anything about basketball, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because this is the story about a man with a dream. Dr. Jerry Buss decides what he says about basketball at the. I don't want to
very first episode. Don't ruin it for people.
I'm not going to say from the opening
First
scene.
First scene of the show.
I'm like, I was in when I heard him say that. I'm like, yes. I mean, this show is why you watch movies and television. I mean, it embodies everything that makes movies and television so good. And I, maybe I'm overselling it, but I'm not. Because and the actors and the characters. I mean, when they recreated the scene in Airplane, that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Oh my God.
Dude.
That scene.
Aren't you Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? My dad says you don't try except during the playoffs. Listen, kid. I mean, it was so good. And the fact that they did that.
How good is that guy who plays him?
He is so good. I mean, he plays him like this. Like the mountain, Muhammad on the mountain or something. You literally have to. He's so good.
I mean, the show is so good that if someone were like, "Why should I subscribe to HBO Max?" It will be the reason. That'll be my number one reason.
There's
You got to watch Winning Time.
There's a lot of content on HBO that's also great, also and content. This is a show you sign up to HBO for. Is to watch this.
And this show is R-rated, man. It's raunchy. It's hilarious.
No boundaries.
No boundaries. Sally Field, come on. Norma Ray, Oscar-winning Sally Field. She plays Jerry Buss's mom. She's awesome. Like when she showed up, I'm like, oh my God, that's Sally Field. Killing it.
Yep. Absolutely kills it.
So good.
All right, guys. Question is for you. We know Chris hasn't seen the show yet, so we're not going to bother her with the sports ball. But I'm telling you, Chris, you would love this show.
I love knowing that
You
I don't
and
know
Logan would
have
love
to
it.
know anything about it. Logan would, because he was a big 90s basketball guy. He loves that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I
you
just
guys sit down
drag
and
him
watch
down
this.
with my
How
lack
many
of
episodes
interest.
have there been now? 7?
7 now.
Okay.
So, yeah,
That's bingeable. We can catch up.
Wonderful. Go catch
Is it
up.
only going to be 10 episodes?
They are long episodes.
so.
They fill the whole hour, I think.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. HBO kind of does that. All right, guys. Question is for you. What do you think about Winning Time? Have you been watching the show? If so, what do you think about it? If you haven't, why haven't you? Get on it. Start watching this thing. Whatever your guys' thoughts are, jump down to the comment section below and leave your thoughts there.